Welcome to the second episode of the Barb Spotlight. This series is dedicated to highlighting members of the Barb's community and giving them the opportunity to share their stories, experiences, and perspectives in their own words. For our second episode, we're joined by someone many of you probably have seen online through his managerial instincts, interactions with Nicki Minaj, and presence within the fan base. He's become one of the most recognizable voices in the Barb's community. Joining us today is Sachin. Sachin, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, hi, Pink World. How are you?
Before we get into Nicki, the Barbs, and everything else, let's start at the beginning. For the Barbs who may not know your story, who is Sachin and how did you become a Barb?
A lot of people that don't know who I am. I feel like Sachin is a very intelligent individual and who is diverse, who is also a Leo. So I know Cancer season is this season, but next season is Leo season. And
Okay.
I'm very outgoing, and I became a Barb back in 2014. So very like during the pink print era, I would say.
What song or moment made you become a Barb and say, I'm locked in with Nicki?
Ooh, I feel like Marilyn Monroe, from Roman Reloaded, because I just feel like that song very it resonates with me and who I am and what made me this person who I am today. So yeah.
Oh my, I love that song. I just did a little Marilyn Monroe remake on my page too. I love
Oh, and I also love Young and Beautiful, that song too. I also resonate with that song a lot as well.
Yes, Nikki is very powerful with her words. Like she's
Oh, very diverse.
where did you get the manager Barb reputation from?
Ooh, so as you all know, I went live with Nicki in 2021.
All right, so if I hired two assistants and one of them was trying to get some gossip on the Lilo, what would you do?
I would be like, that's irrelevant. I would be like, let's focus on what we need to focus right now.
Ooh,
You need to get your music done.
ooh, ooh, me?
You need to go in the studio. You don't need to worry.
I got so
You don't need to
bored.
worry about them people. You get your work done on time. I will make sure that you get your project done on time. Because that's what I'm here for.
That's right, Sachin.
And I believe that was during or after COVID. And I don't know, I just during that season or during that time, it was going through a rough time for me. And ever since I started, I guess, clocking Nikki's tea and quote unquote, like telling her to get to the studio, you don't worry about them people. I get your projects done on time. Like that quote will resonate with me for the rest of my life. And I feel like ever since then, a lot of the Barbs, and especially within that fan base, have called me manager Barbs, especially when she started coming out with Gag City and all that stuff. So
Did you ever expect Nicki Minaj would know who you are personally?
not at all, actually. I was really shook that she accepted my live in the first place. So I had an Instagram account that used to be called Nicki Minaj number one fan. And she would even notice, like, she would like my post, and she was very engaging. I feel like she's very engaging with the fans and the Barbs and the community and things like that. So anytime I would post about her or post videos about her on my fan page, there would be times where she would like and comment when I was even in high school as well. And this has got me to think like she doesn't know who I am, who's running that account, you know? Like she doesn't know who's running that account. So when I went live with her, she saw my face for the first time and I was completely shook. Now she knows who I am, you know?
Oh, your most viral moment was basically clocking Nicki, telling her, get back to the studio. Like I can remember just sitting in my room watching you and just cackling out loud, like, "No, he didn't tell Nicki Minaj to get back in the studio."
Oh my gosh.
Were you nervous to tell her that? Did you think she was gonna drop you? Because you know Nicki, she be ready to drop.
Yeah, I was actually really nervous, and also like scared because I can't believe I told Nicki, like, the Nicki Minaj, like, you need to get your work done. You need to go back to making music. And to be honest with you, I felt like she knew me, like in that moment, because like I said, I feel like she knew who I was a little bit because she probably noticed my fan account and this and that, and and been engaging with my social media platform back then, and she still is now. And to be honest with you, I was like really nervous when that happened because, like I said, I can't believe I told the Nicki Minaj like she needs to get her music done. You know?
Oh, for real? Like, you didn't seem nervous at all. You seemed like you was like, "You better get in the studio." I said, "Hold up now." Nicki herself, she was like, "Roo." She was like, "Hold up, do I need to get in the studio?" It felt like
What?
that
Right.
hit to it so hard. She was like, "Hold up, do I need to get back in the studio,
And not only that, I think during that time, the time that it was in, like 2021 era, like COVID era, and that era and that time, I feel like it resonated with a lot of people. That's why that live went viral and it hit like I think to this day it's almost at like 6 million views almost. So I think to this day it still also resonates with a lot of people because I also said you need to get your work done. Don't worry about them people. And I just remember like hopping off that live and I was like, damn, maybe I need to get my work done, Like I was even self-motivating myself as well. So I think that live, what really got people's attention was it was a self-motivating and self-realization and,
Very
like
relatable. Yeah.
exactly.
If Nicki hired you tomorrow, what would
Ooh,
be the first thing you tell her?
I would probably tell her to log off her phone. You don't need to be on Twitter right now.
Just said after that with chat, but yes, okay.
And I would tell her that, are you working on your album? What are you working on right now? What are you trying to release next? What do you want the Barbs to see you working on next? That's what I would probably tell her.
Okay, yes, I feel you gotta get into that Z. And you know what? I feel the bar
Ooh.
waiting for that imagery very bad. Like they're very
We need visuals this era. We need more visuals this era. I feel like Pink Friday 2 era, yes, we did get a lot of visuals from that era, like blessed mother and God bless her and everything. But I feel like we need like a little like cinematic era this time because I feel like she needs to. Right, because I feel like she needs to go back into acting. She needs to go back into being the diverse rapper, female rapper that she is, right? Because I do miss her seeing being like in movies, like Ice Age and the other women, and I'm like, ugh, I miss her acting so much. So I feel like we need that era back.
from what I'm understanding from what you're saying, you want to see more storytelling from Nicki
Yeah.
Minaj. Because
Yes.
I love all her music. Like she's at her prime right now. She's doing her thing when it comes to music. But I do agree that her visuals a lot of time feel a little bit disjointed and there's
Mhm.
not like a solid storytelling like,
Right.
and she might just need somebody on her team who can get more deeper into their story,
Right.
Easter egg bag, that leads us in, kind of like what Taylor Swift does with her
Yeah,
family.
exactly. Because I remember in 2014 when the Pink Print came out, it was very visual and it was very storytelling. Like All Things Go, like that song, the introduction, like, and she came out with like a movie like style for like a very cinematic style. Like I miss that era. So
Felt
it,
very intimate and personal, but very
yeah,
at the same time.
Like even recently, I think even Do We Have a Problem, like even that song, like even though it was like 8 minutes long, like but still it was it was very storytelling, like it was very visual. Like she shot it at the Biltmore Hotel, like in LA, and she got TV actors to perform in that music video, and it felt very like if she wanted to recreate the Salt movie, because she her favorite actress is Angelina Jolie, and I really felt like it was a Salt movie, like watching Do We Have a Problem, so I feel like we need to bring that era or that side of her more often, like the cinematic side. Yeah.
I agree with you. I love that Do We Have a Problem video, but I definitely love that Pink Print, that like album visual that she
Ooh,
had.
yes.
It was so tea.
Hmm.
What's one thing you think Nicki Minaj has done perfectly in her career?
Ooh, I think engaging with the Barbs, like definitely engaging with her fan base, because if you see her award videos, like if you go back to all the awards that she's attended, the awards, she always thanks the Barb. She's always like thanking the Barb. She's always feels close to the Barbs, and even now, even to this day, like she goes on spaces with them. She's very interactive with them. She goes on live with them, and she's very engaging with her loyal fans, So I think that's one thing that she has done perfectly. And also her music, like her music is very very, very, very nostalgic, of course, because she started out in the 2009 like MTV era. And I just feel like ever since then, her bars just keep getting better and better and better and better. And yeah, I just think those are like what she has done perfectly. Yeah.
Okay, yes. So the next question is, which Nicki era do you think was the most important?
Ooh, I definitely think the Queen album, the 2018, the Queen era was definitely like the iconic moment for her, because that was the era where she and Cardi B, like they were, at the fashion show, the New York fashion show, and that's when everything started. And that was very iconic. And then she came out with Motorsport during that era. And I just felt like the 2018 Nicki was very important. Like she really felt like that was like her clapback era, I felt like, So
At her, like, I don't know. I felt like in that era, she was at her, like she was banging on her chest. She was right,
yes,
she was in her dragon era, and I felt that too because
right, right.
but yeah, I definitely love that Chun-Li era. That
I was just
uh,
about to say
not only Chun-Li, but the Barbie Tings, Barbie Tings.
that
That
too.
song, you can play that song right now, and it hits so hard because these girls are literally doing everything she said in that song, word for word. Go listen to Barbie Tings, like trust me, like that song. You like, hold up, is she talking about trim? Hold up, no, let me stop. Let me stop.
I
Let me
know. Like she's also a prophetess too. So everything she's that like she will say something, and then like in a week or two or a year or two, it will happen. You know?
Yes, like that tweet that they keep recirculating now about when Jay-Z comes out and Will
Mm.
Smith and the death of a celebrity, and
Oh my gosh.
that tweet is going so viral right now because of what's happening. And people
Mm-mm,
are starting to peep. That's all I'm saying.
like ever since she talked about Maza and all of those female rappers, even she talked about Barney B a little bit, Cardi a little bit too, and everything that she's saying about them is coming to be true. Like, like Jay-Z with the lace front, for example. Look what happened recently when he started to come at Nicki's family and Papa Bear, and a lot of people saying like he can't rap anymore. He can't even rap anymore. So y'all have to listen to what Nicki is saying now these days.
Yes, child. Like she be into that profit bag. But what do you think is Nicki's most underrated accomplishment?
Ooh, I definitely think her alter egos is one of them, like because she has different personas, and even to me, I always feel like which Nikki am I talking to right now? Or which Nikki am I like trying to connect with? Is it Martha? Is it Roman? Is it Malibu Barbie? Like she has so many alter egos, and I think that's very much underappreciated right now. And I just feel like a lot of people need to appreciate that because that is art. Like, that is a style of art. And she created that herself, like ever since the Harajuku came out, like she was the first person to do that. And yeah, very much prime, like in her prime with the
I
alter
think
egos.
why we miss the storytelling because those all have their own stories. So
Exactly.
very
Exactly.
complex and people don't really understand how see how those alter egos like create this universe for her and it's really dope.
Right, right. I resonate with that. Which brings me to my question, actually. Who is your favorite alter ego, you would say?
My favorite Nicki Minaj alter ego. Hold up, not Sasha put me on the spot. I My favorite alter ego is it would have to be between
It's tough. It's tough.
Remy and I would say I love Roman.
Yep, iconic.
No, I take it back. I think Queen Sleaze is my
Okay. Okay.
I
Oh,
feel like she's very unfiltered and just like unbothered and just like, you know,
yes,
she's like Chun-Li and Barbie mixed together with each other.
I
Like,
agree. I agree. I love Queen Fleece too. I think she started coming out a little bit after Queen, like 2018, and when Pink Friday 2 also came out as well.
yeah, I love
So
that era of her because she just like she's mature, she's a mom, and I feel like Queen Sleaze is low key her most relatable era outside of like being Onika just in the Pink Parent era. I feel like Queen Sleaze is like relatable, like as in an adult Barb now.
yes, adult Barb, we could say that.
So yes. What's the biggest oh, which Nicki album deserves more appreciation?
Ooh, it would have to be the Pink Print or Queen, those albums, because I feel like the Pink Print was very much like vulnerable Nicki, where she was her most vulnerable era, because a lot of the songs from the Pink Print was very emotional, and like Pills and Potion, for example, like you know, that the lyrics really hit hard for me on that one. Like they can never make me hate you. What she was doing was
It tastes fact.
cool, right? And then I feel like Queen, especially like Ganja Burn, like Audrey Hepburn, fashion icon.
Yeah.
The lyrics hit hard, like bars, word for word.
And like nobody is messing with the bars like at all.
And
That's
and especially, I'm glad that you said that because with the new girlies, the new rappers, that are coming out, I saw this I saw this viral clip the other day. It was actually funny. Like I think the clip was talking about this record label, like a new record label trying to make another Nicki. I don't know if you saw that one. Um,
girl, and she was like doing I love her. She's funny. I gotta follow her too. I recently got hip to her after like maybe
right.
two videos so far that I seen go viral. But
Right, right. And I
yeah,
just laughed so hard because I'm like, that's so true because it's like all these record labels right now, like we talked about Trim earlier and Sunshine Benzie and all those.
you talking about the video where the girl was crying on the floor and it was I know
Yes,
I'm talking about
yeah, yes, yes.
what you
Um,
talking.
And they were like saying like, oh, we need you just need to be Nicki, like you just need to try to
It's
be
like,
Nicki. And I was like, I can't be Nicki. I know. I just found that so funny because it's so true, like
and
because
I'm pretty sure they really be doing that. Like, that's the sad part.
because there's no other like female rapper that is hitting hard like Nicki Minaj now. Like even when you talk about Cardi or Doja and I don't even know other female rappers like on the top of my list. Like, like if you talk about those list one song from them that you actually really like versus Nicki, where she has so many hits, so many Billboard 100, so many diamond solo records, platinum plaques records. You can't. You can't.
Okay, that leads to my next question.
Mhm.
What's the biggest mistake artists make today?
Ooh, the biggest mistake artist makes today, I think one, having a proper rollout for their album or their project, because, we see a lot of rappers, especially like they just want to like drop it, like they're just dropping it left and right. Like, Drake, for example, how he dropped Iceman out of nowhere. And I'm just like, you guys are rushing it. You guys are rushing your projects. But if you take time with your project, like even if you go into the pop culture too, like like the pop industry, like Taylor Swift, and I know she's very organized with her album rollouts and her singles and her songs and things like that. And because her and Nicki are part of the same record label, Republics, and also Ariana Grande too, a little bit. I know she's on tour right now and there's a lot of talk about that. But these artists, I feel like they need a proper rollout when it comes to releasing their albums because when we talk about rollouts, when we look at Nicki's rollouts, for example, they're very well thought and organized. Like if we looked at Pink Friday 2 rollout, for example, like oh my goodness, like she came out with so many things before she dropped Pink Friday 2. Like she came out with Pink Friday Nails, she came out with her Lachi wear sneakers, uh
Perfume.
the perfume. She even came out with Gag City, like that concept and how everything was trending on Twitter before she announced the album. That's what I'm talking about. Like, like you gotta get the people hyped up. Like you gotta hype the people up before you release the album. Like Iceman, for example, with Drake. I didn't even know that he was releasing that album, to be honest. I didn't even know. And then also Lil Wayne released an album recently too. I didn't even know they both released albums. Like.
Didn't really do any marketing on his album, really. Drake, I know he dropped Iceman and he did the ice block type rollout,
Okay.
people to be out there. But the thing that I didn't like about that album is I feel like it's a winter album. Like it's like
Yeah.
well,
And it
I
was released in the summer, right?
I feel like he should have dropped it like, in October or something, and it just would have
Right.
added more. And I
Exactly.
feel like it was a little bit rushed because he wanted to get the projects out, and I guess he wanted to get out of Republic or whatever he has going on.
Yeah.
I feel you on that. But
Hmm.
do you think social media has helped or hurt artists?
Um, it depends on how you look at social media, actually. Like, I know these new rappers, like we go talking about these new girlies, right? They are trying literally super hard on every single platform, like with Twitter, with TikTok, with Facebook, with Instagram. Like, they're trying because it is competition like now on social media it's a little bit competitive because a lot of these artists don't have really good social media managers or like let's talk about Ice Spice for example or No Spice. She was she was like I don't know what happened to her social media manager, but I felt like she really kind of fell off a little bit. I'm not gonna lie because I liked her era after Barbie World with Nicki. I liked that era about her. But after that, like she kind of fell off a little bit, like, And then I feel like with these new rappers or these new artists, they need a social media manager because I'm pretty sure they can't do everything all by themselves. Like, with Nicki, I feel like she also needs a social media manager too. I feel like because we don't even have her Instagram anymore, you know?
I agree. A lot of these artists, they don't put enough time into the social media team. And yet, like even with the storytelling thing that we were talking about earlier, it's all a team building project. So with social media,
Exactly.
specifically, you do have to invest like a certain amount of time in it. And there's so many platforms that you have to be on. You have to be Facebook,
Right.
Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. So it's just so much. No one person can do all that. And the planning that goes into making content, it's a whole different world. So people just think content
Exactly.
creators are just, you know, waking up and doing random stuff, but the successful ones are planning their stuff.
Right, right. Like,
And even
I could,
because Lizzo is another,
ooh,
ideal, like literally, she is the perfect example of who needs a social media team. First of all, you're on social media complaining and trying to use everybody else for sympathy. That is not going to get you sales. Like, it'd be so sad.
mm-mm. And then now these days, a lot of artists are just looking at social media to go viral, like to see, like to get their post to like 1 million likes or 2 million likes. They're not really they're putting their heart and soul into it because like if you actually did take the time and effort, you would have a beautiful platform. Like, you could achieve that. But now these days, people just want to go viral so bad and they just want to get that attention, I guess, because maybe their own record label is not giving them attention?
Well,
So,
actually perfect because it leads into my next question.
mhm.
Are labels still important in 2026?
Oh, absolutely, because every era or every year is different, right? Like, for example, COVID, right? COVID hit us pretty hard in 2021. What's the record label going to do, right? Are you going to be coming out with projects? Are you going to be releasing music? Or are you going to be like, no, not at this time, maybe next year? Well, because so many of these artists fail at releasing their tour when it comes to touring. And like for example, I don't know if you heard about Harry Styles' latest album, right? Aperture, and he released like a disco themed album, right?
Mhm.
And he released it during the beginning of this year. We're talking about pop right now, like pop culture.
But
And
I heard about him this year. Like, it's
right, exactly, which is why I think record labels are important because I don't know if you know who the Azos are, because
I'm
they manage Cardi B and stuff like that. So they're part of
and
y-
the other one
y-
brought me up.
yeah, I think they're part of Capitol Records. I'm not sure. But I think they do a really bad job at managing their artists and their tour and stuff like that because like you said, you never heard of Harry doing anything this year when he actually has released an album, and all they just care about is topping the charts, which that's not really that important. It is, yeah, but that's because that gets you money, right? Topping the charts brings you revenue, it brings you business. Whereas you got to look at everything as an artist as a whole persona, right? So I think record labels are very important. Like Republic, for example, they manage Taylor Swift, they manage Ariana Grande, they have Nicki on their side, Drake. So they have all these great artists on their team or on their record label, but I feel like they just need to do a better job at like their tour managing stuff. So I feel like, yeah, record labels are definitely a must in 2026.
Okay, well, what's one thing fans don't understand about the music business?
Ooh, great question. one thing fans don't understand about the music industry is the business side of it, you know? Like we always think about the music industry as this song is good, this song is catchy, or this song is viral or it's trending, but or this song is topping the charts, right? But we don't think of it as the business perspective, right? Like is this song actually making money for your record label? Is this song actually bringing in the accolades? Like, you know how Nicki has so many diamond plaques, R the RIAA, like you know, she has so many of those accolades, right? As the music industry, like is the artist giving you those accolades? Like we got to look at that. Like I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't even know what RIAA even means, right? So I feel like it's very important to know the stats, like you know.
You gotta know those numbers because that's why I be clocking these girls. So y'all don't be moving them units like that. Y'all don't be
Mm-mm.
moving them units. So you gotta pipe down when you talking to goats who are really moving the units and
Exactly.
chill out. But what is the most overrated music industry trend right now?
Oh, I think definitely AI, I would have to say, because AI is a big thing right now. And I know the film industry is very much going against AI. And I know a lot of artists feel heavily about using AI in their song. Like, I don't know if you know, but I think Black China like released an AI related song earlier. And
I'm not surprised because I feel a lot of these new girls is doing AI. It's Trim, Sunshine, Benzie. Don't get me calling out the girls. I
right.
them are using it.
We like to see original content. We want to see the hard work that you put into your content. Like, yes, AI is beneficial, but it's how you use AI, not what you use AI for, right?
And
Like,
at least have the AI take out somebody else's name that you don't know, child. Like,
exactly. And they're like, I hear like on TikTok, I see on TikTok like AI is now using like your own voice and things like that and making your own song and generating your own tracks and album, and it's crazy, like you know. And I'm just like, yeah, we need to step away from AI right now. Like yes, that is a big thing, and but it's only beneficial if you know how to use it. Like you know, like for example, you can ask AI like how is my rollout going to be like? Or you can be like, what does my social media platform have to look like for this new era? Like, you know, you can, there's benefits of asking, there's benefits for AI. It's just, you just need to know how to use it. Yeah.
yes, that's great. You're now officially Nicki Minaj's manager for one day. You can
Ooh.
only pick one. Would you have new album, world tour, documentary, Super Bowl performance?
Oh my God. Oh, I can't be like all four at once. um, I
That's
would,
the perfect world, but we're not in the
right.
perfect.
I know. I would definitely have to go between either the documentary or the Super Bowl performance because one, I know she's been teasing the documentary for a while now. She even posted the trailer and everything and got the Barbs all hyped up about that, which we might not know if I'm going to be featured on the documentary, so crossing fingers. But I definitely feel like documentary because we were talking about visuals, having visuals for the next era and making it more cinematic and storytelling. So going back to when she was with Safari, right? Um, right, like how she did those like
Uh,
MTV style videography, like when they were in the studio together.
this is the time, then the time is now.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Like that kind of style, like, you know, for this next era. I feel like that would really hype everybody up. So
And
either
I love those documentaries. It's classic content. I remember her and Safari dancing on stage when he went to
oh my
Trinidad.
gosh.
That was such an iconic series.
Right.
all that stuff. Yeah, and it just brought you inside her world, and a lot of artists
Hmm.
weren't at that time.
They
So I
weren't
feel,
doing any. They weren't doing that.
and now a lot of girls are trying to replicate it, but it's not hitting the same.
It's not working. Yeah. But and also the Super Bowl too. I think when is the next Super Bowl? Like in 2028 or 2027? Um,
That's what I'm saying.
right? Yeah. I feel like if Young Money came back, Drake, Lil Wayne, that would shut the entire world off, the internet off. And we know one person who's behind the Super Bowl right now who's being stingy as fuck. And I'm like, he needs to be gone. He needs to go out, you know?
And fire the person, fire the camel, and we'll be in a nice place next era. Trust me, NFL. Trust me. Okay, but in this next segment, I'm gonna do questions. I'm gonna give you a either or, so you just
Okay.
choose this or this. Pink Friday or Pink Friday Rum and Reloaded.
Mm, Pink Friday Rum and Reloaded.
Okay,
Definitely.
pink hair Nikki or blonde hair Nikki.
Ooh, blonde hair, Nikki.
Okay, Barbie or Roman.
Roman.
Okay, the pink print or queen.
Oh no. Okay, the pink print.
Okay, Harajuku Barbie or Queensleys.
Harajuku.
Okay, best Nikki album.
Mm, the pink print.
Most underrated Nikki song.
Ooh, Marilyn Monroe.
Okay, most iconic Nikki look.
Ooh, Met Gala 2018.
Okay, that's the
The
red.
the red one.
Okay, and Nikki calls you and says, "Oh, Nikki calls you and says, Sachin, what's the next move? What are you telling her?"
Documentary.
That's okay. When it's all said and done, what will be Nicki Minaj's legacy?
The Queen of Rap. Forever that title, the Queen of Rap. No one gets to take that crown. No one will get to take the records that she has put out there, and she forever will be the Queen of Rap.
And that's on period. What has being a Barb taught you personally?
Ooh, that's a good question, actually. Being a Barb has taught me actually to not get too close with other Barbs. Like I know, like you and I are getting close right now, but uh, I just feel like the community, everybody has different opinions about Nikki and where she's at and who she's with right now, and it's actually very hard to trust some barbs, you know, and you don't know if they're actually in it with a good heart, or you don't know if they're going to be like gossiping about you on spaces, you know?
I feel you. And sometimes I do be seeing Barb drag each other. So I feel you on that. You gotta be real careful. Um, if Nicki Minaj watched this interview right now, what would you like to tell her?
I'll be like, hey, Nikki, I hope you're doing well. Maybe it's time to put the political things aside, and we got to be focusing on the music right now.
Okay. And let's say, where can the Barbs find and support your content?
Thank you. So, on all my platforms is Sach, SACH management, MGMT, all over TikTok, Twitter, um, Instagram. Yeah. So you can go ahead and find me that.
Okay, and my final question is, who should Pink World Station interview next?
Ooh, I actually have a couple. Definitely reach out to Maya Minaj if you get the chance. The Minaj Army. iconic Nicki Minaj or the Nicki Minaj legacy. Those
Oh,
those people.
you send me those names
Hmm.
off here and I'll reach out to them.
Yeah, and thank you for having me on this platform. Actually, I would like to ask you a question too. As a Barb, what would you like to see Nicki doing next?
As a Barb. So for me, I low key just love when Nicki's in her regal era. I just want her to come back with this regalness to her, unbothered, not really responding to the ops, but in music. And I'm a Christian Barb, and so I
Amen.
house on that. I love when she gets into her gospel bag because one, she's like one of the only rappers to do it. And two,
Hmm.
it's like she be in my soul, child. I feel like those songs, like I don't know if she realizes that people who are Christians really restream and restream and restream those.
Right.
I love that type of music from Nicki, but I want to see her like the mix of the era is basically like a little bit of Pink Print, a little bit of Pink Friday. Pink Friday and Pink Friday 2 are kind of like the same to me,
Yes.
but more like
Yeah.
Pink Print, Queen, and some gospel. Like that's what I want.
Ooh, okay, okay.
I would just give regal and just like, I
More
love it.
more cinematic.
More
Yeah.
cinematic, more Nicki praying in the chapel, like just these like,
Ooh.
looks that would just like it just would give that queen energy. I don't want her to exude anything other than queen energy. That's it.
Right.
It's a long
I
story.
know. It reminds me of the chair that she was on with Kai Cenat, the streaming. Yeah, so very iconic. But thank you so much for having me on your platform, Pink World.
Sachin, thank you so much for joining me today. I really enjoyed this conversation and hearing your perspective as a member of the Barb's community. I appreciate you taking the time to share your story, your experience, and your love for Nicki Minaj with us. And thank you to everyone watching the Barb Spotlight. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know who you'd like to see featured on the next episode. Until next time, it's Pynk Siren, and we're signing out of Pink World Station. Bye, Barbs.